So how to zhuzh things up in Keynote a little bit. First of all, let's go to Format in the top right hand corner, and we'll go to Image Fill to give the background of our slide an image. This is the default image you will get unless you then choose a different file from your computer. You can then fill it in different ways. You can have it as a tile, you can have it so that it fits the slide, or that it fits the slide by keeping the same dimensions, so not necessarily covering the slide, but keeping all of the image intact. And I'm now going to add a logo. If you're going to add the Cardiff University logo to your poster, use those corner drag handles to make your image a reasonable size. And then the guidance from Cardiff University is that you put this either up in the centre top of your poster, or again at the top, but on the left-hand side, like that. Okay, and if you want to add a caption underneath an image, click onto text to get a text box, drag it directly underneath your image, and stretch it so it's exactly the same width as your image. Obviously, I'm now going to have black text on a black background. That's probably not a good idea. So I'm just going to make sure my caption has a font colour that will show up. So I think I'll go for a very pale yellow, something like that. There we go. And you normally would type sort of figure 1 and then what that figure is, and the font size we would recommend, because obviously this is a poster, you can have a lot of information, so put it down to a sort of an 8, a 9 or a 10, something like that. I've made that really small, so I'm just going to push that text box so that it sits snugly underneath the image like that. The flow of your information is very important. The fact that people can follow the direction in which the information is going, almost like in a timeline or a sequence. So you might want to use lots of interesting shapes and things like that, but you've got to make sure that the information you're giving makes sense. This is an example of an infographic, which is where you get lots of data. You put it in bullet points rather than long paragraphs, and then you add images. This is done in a very image-rich, specific information only, visual way, so that it grabs people's attention. So there's one about an octopus, followed up swiftly by one using exactly the same sort of infographic methods, but different sort of images and text, also about octopus. I do like an octopus. And here's a final one about miners. There we go, the miners' strike of the 80s. I'm so old, I remember that. So here we have a timeline almost of content going from 1972 to 1984. And again, not lots and lots of text, just bullet points and images.